Let's move on, gentlemen. Last week, the World Rugby announced significant changes to its HSBC series competition. The series will now feature 3 divisions rather than the traditional 2 and will have massive implications for both Kenya's Shujaa and the Lionesses. But what are they? Our very own Emmanuel Ndungu explains in this report.
World Rugby has confirmed some major changes to its sevens competition model set to be implemented at the start of the 2025-26 season. The goal? To expand the sport going into the 2028 LA Olympics.
Oh my goodness, around the edge! He is absolutely flying!
The current format has 2 divisions. The top Class 7 series, consisting of 12 teams competing over 7 events, and the second-tier Challenger series. Next season's shake-up, though, will feature a total of 3 divisions in the regular season. Division 1 will have 8 men's and women's teams competing in 6 series events. Division 2 will have 6 teams per gender competing in 3 events. And Division 3 will have a standalone Challenger event with 8 teams per gender qualifying from regional competitions. Then, to decide the year's winner, there will be 3 World Championship Series events featuring the Division 1 teams and the top 4 from Division 2.
World Rugby is driving these changes to create a clear pathway from regional competitions all the way to the top of the sport, and to make the hosting model more cost-effective, as all competitions will now be hosted over 2 days, whereas some right now are held over 3.
It's safe to say that Shujaa, which competes in the top division, has endured a turbulent campaign. By far their biggest highlight came in Singapore, where the team reached the final but fell to Fiji. But they scored just 8 points in Cape Town and had a string of underwhelming performances in Dubai, Perth, Hong Kong and Vancouver, where they secured a combined 10 points. This puts their season tally at the time of recording on Sunday afternoon to 36 points, well behind the 50 points tallied by 8th-placed Great Britain.
So, Kenya will play no further part in the top league.
The bottom 4 teams overall, Kenya, Uruguay, Ireland and the USA, go into the LA leg with huge stakes as they face Challenger Series hopefuls. The teams that finish 9th to 12th in the LA playoff will qualify for Division 2 next season, while those ranked 13th to 16th will drop to their respective regional qualifying circuits.
So yes, it's possible that a top-flight team this season drops down to the 3rd division next season.
The Lionesses team, meanwhile, played this season in the 2nd tier and tops the standings ahead of South Africa, Argentina and Colombia. They were hoping to enter the weekend with a shot at promotion to the top league, even receiving a 2.5 million shilling sponsorship boost from KenGen on Friday. Just hours later, though, the new format for next season was announced, meaning only the highest 8 teams in the top category are eligible for next year's Division 1.
The Lionesses will therefore feature no higher than Division 2 next season, despite their success.
On the outside, great cover defence.
For Sporty Monday, I'm Emmanuel Ndungu.
Beautiful stuff there by Emmanuel Ndungu, and basically trying to make sense of what those changes by the World Rugby means. I'll begin with you, Ben, as a rugby enthusiast, a rugby player, a stocky ex, but never made it to the international. But you've seen the changes, basically. What do you make of it?
At least I tried.
You tried.
In football, I tried.
Please proceed.
Sila, unfortunately, this was just a showbiz for us, because we were already relegated way before we went to the LA series, you know. And yes, the new changes affect us, but for the ladies, it's a good way to go, because the airtime, the funding, you know, they get the same airtime like the boys, you know. But the boys now, we have been the core teams have been reduced to 8 teams now.
Yeah, from 12.
From 12. Mind you, we were number 12 before even the teams were reduced to 8. Now, Division 2, we have 6 teams. We also have USA, I think, and Uruguay something. Those are our core teams back then. So we have a lot to do. It's I think it's the right time for KRU and the management. Kevin Wambua charges, to go back to the drawing board and see what we can change, because we have a long way to go. 4 teams will be relegated from the 8 teams. 4 teams will climb from the 6-team core team. So we have a long way to go. At least we can see some future in the boys, the likes of Nigel Lamatsa, the Odongos, you know. We see hope in the near future. At least 2-3 years, that's enough for us to go back to the drawing board and come up with a plan and avoid all these wrangles and politics that may affect the teams, you know. The issues to do with funding, sponsorship, I think we should leave it to the Sasha Mutai team and the management at the KRU to deal with it. Then for the players now, you focus more on playing and restore our glory. But as you can see, Swila, we only qualified for 1 final, you know, among in Singapore.
And still on staying with you, Ben, I've been looking at that squad, and Bafa has not been a regular lately in those squads. I don't know what you make of that. And so, looking at the performance in Los Angeles, actually, we just beat 1 team in the group. Do you think even as we go to Division 2, we have the mettle to go head-to-head and probably earn readmission to the top tier? That's
why, Swila, I said we have a long way to go. We need to go back to our drawing board and see what has affected us to get us, the Shujaa team, in such a place, because we are supposed to be in the top 8 team. We have played against Fiji, we have played against New Zealand, we have played against the Great Britain. We have beaten them, you know. But the inclusion of Bufa and the rest, that's not here nor there, because we have the likes of Kevin Wakesa, upcoming good players who are up to task to deliver, you know, playing and wearing the jersey. It's an honor, you know.
Shtera, your thoughts on this?
I think not only going back to the drawing board, we need to find the drawing board itself, because we lost it a long time ago. And I like the formation. It's taking the shape of the Premier League in football, where we will have serious competition in the top tier and the lower division. And I like it because now Kenya will be placed in a very serious competition to earn their promotion. And it gives us that a space to breathe, at least, because with the current formation, the politics, the finances we are talking about, I think we would have been very exposed in the top 8. So this is a very good starting point for a team like Kenya, which had, I would call it backslid in the last 1 season, because we were relegated to the Challenger Series. So we are gaining, kama ni wokovu, naweza sema tunapata wokovu tena. So it's a good platform. Let's take it up positively, and I'm very sure with the talent that we are seeing in the high schools, we will rise again.
Now, let's cross over to Cairo, Egypt, and of course, where the